actor Heir, who had grown up on the outside, actually turned out to be like. When Julian made his appearance, his close friends immediately surrounded him, voicing the question on everyone's mind. "Julian, you look incredible today. You're still the one with that unmatched Astor charisma. Never mind the one they brought back, even we can't compare." "Exactly. Is that guy even the real Astor Heir? In our hearts, you're the only one, Julian." "Julian, why isn't your family member here? Aren't you going to bring him out to see the world? Let him see the kind of influence you command, so he understands there are some things he can't take from you, even now that he's back. I heard he's from the slums. How could he possibly compare to you?" Julian stood silently amidst the crowd, a faint smile on his lips, neither confirming nor denying anything. "You'll see what he's like soon enough." His ambiguous reply left everyone guessing his true thoughts. This only piqued the crowd's interest further. Just before the banquet was to begin, Julian instructed the estate manager to bring me over. Everyone was waiting for this moment, holding off on starting the meal and turning their gazes towards the entrance. After just a few minutes, someone complained, "Don't tell me he's too scared to show up. Where are they bringing him from? Is it that far? Putting on airs before he even arrives. Our time is valuable. Maybe we should just start without him." Right at that moment, a server came to announce, "Ladies and gentlemen, please be patient. Mr. Ethan Astor has arrived." Everyone's spirits lifted, and they all looked towards the entrance, some having already prepared their mocking remarks. A tall figure appeared, and as I entered, it was as if someone had hit the pause button. Countless eyes locked onto me. With my broad shoulders, narrow waist, and long legs, I walked towards Julian, my presence in no way inferior to anyone in the room. The room fell deathly silent. Their reaction was within Julian's expectations. He merely raised an eyebrow slightly. It wasn't until I was standing next to him that I spoke calmly. "Hello, everyone. I'm Ethan." The entire room erupted in a chorus of astonished murmurs. They hadn't expected the Astor Heir to be so different from what they had imagined. Even these proud and arrogant individuals couldn't help but be impressed. Many secretly glanced back and forth between me and Julian. Weren't the two supposed to be at odds? They were also eager to see how Julian, who had just been upstaged, would react. "Julian, say something. Is this really your brother?" Julian gave a slight nod, maintaining his proud demeanor. "The one and only." I took the initiative. "Julian, aren't you going to introduce me to your friends?" Julian snorted. "They're right there. I can't be bothered. Ask them yourself." The guests exchanged glances. It seemed Julian really didn't care for me. Nevertheless, they had to show respect to the Astor Heir, and many came forward to introduce themselves. Most of the young heirs gathered around Julian, watching me become the center of attention and speaking up for him. "Julian, are you just going to let him steal your spotlight? You're the one the Astors meticulously groomed. Julian, just say the word, and we'll make sure he embarrasses himself later." Julian's face was impassive as he waved a hand dismissively. "It's just one more person. Go on and enjoy yourselves." But there were always one or two troublemakers. The son of the Coleman family suddenly spoke up. "Oh, my mistake. I should say the second Mr. Astor. Why are you still acting like the host? The prism was a gift from Mr. Astor to his eldest son. Now that the rightful owner is here, shouldn't you step aside?" The Coleman Group held a significant position in New York, and its heir loved to challenge Julian. Now that he had the perfect opportunity, he wasn't going to let it go. Julian himself remained perfectly calm. "If Ethan can handle it, I have no problem handing over the prism." His words were laced with a hint of contempt and mockery, and the crowd couldn't help but chuckle. What did I know? Could I possibly manage it well? Since it's Julian's, I wouldn't dream of taking it from him. Seeing that I didn't take the bait, the young Mr. Coleman had to drop it. I maintained a faint, unconcerned smile, which made him feel like he had just punched a pillow. Julian said, "You all go ahead and have fun." With that, he was the first to leave the main banquet hall for an adjacent parlor, not sparing me a single glance. Many followed him, while the rest remained by my side, trying to pry some information out of me. I also declined the invitations from the other young elites. "Excuse me for a moment." Then I too headed towards a less crowded area. I avoided the crowd, planning to get something to eat on my own, but after passing through a dimly lit corridor, I ran into a woman. I couldn't help but look at her twice. Her beautiful face seemed sculpted by God himself, with a perfect bone structure. She was unkempt but surprisingly attractive, walking with a swagger that was utterly arrogant. I had a feeling I knew who this was, the infamous New York socialite, no, the little princess. It seemed she was indeed back from abroad. I hadn't seen her in the main hall, and knowing Julian, he certainly wouldn't have invited her. so she must have snuck in on her own. Managing to get into the prism was a feat in itself. I had no desire to get involved with her, so after a brief 2-second pause, I prepared to walk around her. But Chloe suddenly blocked my path, her words completely out of line. "Hey handsome, you looked at me twice just now. You have a crush on me, don't you?" I was speechless. She was just as the rumors described, a complete waste of such a beautiful face and voice. "I don't even know who you are. How could I have a crush on you?" I managed to resist the urge to roll my eyes at her. Chloe laughed. "Don't deny it, I get it. No one is immune to my ultimate charm." I couldn't be bothered to argue with someone like her, so I simply turned and walked away in the other direction. Chloe shamelessly followed me. "Hey, where are you going? We're not done talking." Fortunately, no one else had noticed our little scene. "Hey handsome, which family are you from? I've never seen you before." Annoyed by her persistence, I turned and glared at her. "And which family are you from? I've never seen you either." Chloe replied, "I'm from your family, of course. Have you forgotten?" I said coldly, "Speak properly. Where did you even come from? You weren't here when the banquet started." Chloe feigned helplessness, shrugging as her tone grew serious. "All right, I'll come clean. I'm actually a model Mr. Julian hired to drink with the guests." I nearly choked on my own saliva. This woman truly had no regard for her own reputation to say something like that. Besides, Julian hiring models? Wasn't she afraid of getting beaten to death for slandering his name like this? No wonder he looked down on her. Chloe suddenly moved closer to me. "What? You don't believe me? If you don't, you can experience it for yourself." I had reached my limit and pushed her away. "Get lost." But she dodged it. I was a little surprised, though only for a moment, as I hadn't used much force. Chloe shrugged. "What's the deal? Are all handsome guys this aggressive?" I seized on the key point. "Who else are you talking about?" Chloe said, "The famous Mr. Julian Astor, of course. He's ferocious." Chloe took the opportunity to get close to me again and whispered, "Because I saw him kill someone with my own eyes. His methods were terrifying." A small smile played on my lips. Chloe asked, "You still don't believe me?" "Well, I can't help you then." I was too scared to record it. I asked her, "If he hired you, why did you agree to come? Aren't you afraid he'll kill you to silence you?" Chloe shrugged. "I had no choice. He paid too well." I was speechless. She was really getting into this act, wasn't she? "Then go find your Mr. Julian and stop bothering me." Chloe spoke words of fear, but her face was all smiles. No, 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 I wouldn't dare get involved with someone like him. Whoever marries him is doomed." I laughed along with her, then pointed behind her. "He's right behind you." Chloe jumped, her eyes meeting Julian's cold face. She immediately darted behind me. "You scared the life out of me. You're so much nicer, handsome. I would have been a goner otherwise." I distanced myself from her and looked at Julian. "I don't know this person. She said all that, and she even claimed you hired her as a model." Chloe's eyes widened in disbelief. "How could you sell me out so quickly?" My expression remained blank. Julian's gaze shifted between us, his aura growing colder. To be able to hire the great Miss Sterling as a model would indeed be my honor. Just then, a crowd of onlookers gathered around, catching his shocking statement. A wave of gasps swept through the room. "Holy crap, did I hear that right? The Sterling princess is here. Hasn't she been abroad for the last few years?" The group started chattering, turning the area into a chaotic marketplace. The more I listened, the more speechless I became. Julian spoke with commanding authority. "Everyone, be quiet." He then turned to Chloe, his eyes filled with undisguised disdain. "Miss Sterling, you came uninvited. I'll let it slide this time. However, I hope you'll stay away from Ethan, and from all of us Astors." After saying this, he gave me a meaningful look. Chloe's next words were shocking, deliberately provoking Julian. "I can't do that. Don't our two families have a marriage contract? It's almost time to fulfill it." The young elites in attendance became even more excited, all eager for a front-row seat to the drama. Julian frowned, staring at her intently. "Aren't you the rebellious one who opposed this marriage from the start? You even ran off abroad to escape it." Chloe scoffed. "Of course I wasn't willing to marry you, but then I heard the true Heir was back, so I came to check out my future husband." Julian rolled his eyes. "Well, you've seen him now. What do you think?" Chloe grinned and sidled up to me. Extremely satisfied, I fell head over heels the moment I saw him. The onlookers felt a wave of second-hand embarrassment for her. I joined in, asking, "You knew who I was all along?" Chloe nodded. "Yep, I never told you my identity. So how did you know it was me at a glance?" My information, especially my photos, had never been made public. Chloe gave me a mock bow. Thank you, future husband, for thinking I'm so clever. I truly hadn't been this speechless in a long time. The crowd around us started